Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to have a go at making some journal toppers. So you can either class them as, toppers for your journals or book plates, or you can even use them as closures, which we'll go through a little bit later on. Now, I've just put a load of stuff on my desk that I might need. So I've got some coffee dyed vellum, some brown paper bag, got some sentiments, some leaves, some crochet flowers, some other flowers, some pearls, the sticky things. And then I've got some card, which I'm going to use as the base, just to give it some stability. I've got some fabric. And then I've got a load of different types of papers and toppers and all sorts of things. So just so that I'm kind of not out of options. So I've cut my card. I've got one A4 cut down to an A5 sheet here, which I'll go through later. But I've got three, which were A5, and I cut them down a little bit more, just because I want them to be able to sit quite comfortably on top of a journal. So I thought we could have a go at doing two of these together at the same time. If you're going to do one, why not do two? So I've cut my fabric already, and it's pretty much perfect size for what we're going to do. I should iron it, but the iron's broken, so that's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm actually just going to start layering some bits and pieces to see what it looks like. I'm going to go for some like natural themed toppers, so that they are pretty generic and they can be adapted to lots of different projects. So I'm just going to start with some book pages, and I want all of my bits to be, I don't want anything to be perfect, I want there to be raggedy edges and what have you. So, fabric, book pages. Then I want to use some different type of paper. I've got some really nice handmade paper here. I don't know what, sometimes these tear dreadfully, so I'm going to have a little go at tearing first, just to see what it looks like. Okay, and then I'm just going to tear it down the middle. Doesn't have to be straight, doesn't have to be perfect, just want to have little bits and pieces that I can kind of layer up. So we're almost collaging, almost. Okay. And all we're doing at the moment is just placing things down to get a feel for what we've got, what it looks like, and kind of whether we're comfortable with it. Okay, so I don't know whether I prefer the book page on top of that. Which I think I probably do. And I like the colour on these book pages as well. They're from an old Reader's Digest book. They really are lovely. Now this one I'm going to have to cut. This paper, and the one I've just torn now, is from Tapology. And they do speciality paper packs, which I really do love. I don't want to go over the top, but I do want there to be a fair amount of layering in here. This one is really pretty. Again, it's from Tapology. Really is pretty paper. Problem is you get it and you don't want to use it because it's so pretty, but then you end up with paying through the roof papers that don't actually go anywhere. So again, I'm just tearing some of these bits, just want it all really, really scruffy. And I'm just going to layer a little bit to see what things look like. I've got some larger papers under here which I could use. These again are from Tapology, and they are like a William Morris style. So there's the option to use some of those. I'm not sure of the colouring. I like that. I really like that one, but it's quite dark. So that one there, I think, would go beautifully with one of these, possibly. And then we've got smaller pieces and stuff on top. I'm not going to use any of those just yet, I don't think. Now this, even though it's got a frame, it's too big for what I want. So I'm going to have to cut that down. And if I use this, I'm going to have to take some of those edges off because they're just too square. Okay. There are loads and loads and loads of videos out there on different ways in which you can create toppers. Literally tons and tons of videos out there. So you're not going to be short if you are looking for ideas and inspiration. See what it looks like if I go underneath there. Possibly. I've got a few other bits and pieces then I can pop on top if I wanted to. I've got some plainer paper, but don't think I need that at the moment. I've got some little strips with some designs on. That might go. I've also got, if I wanted to bring an element of colour into it. No, don't think so. No, it's too white. It's too white. Okay. That is a possibility. Don't think I'm going to use any of those. They're too much the wrong colour. That one might work. That one might work. And I think that's probably it. So, as I said, all I'm doing at the moment is just layering to try and find a pattern combination that I like. I quite like that. And I'm going to leave that one square. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave most of it square, but I'm just going to take a piece off the end there. And I quite like that one as well. That is quite dark, but I don't know. I've got some focal pieces here that I could have used if I'd have wanted to, so I didn't plan on using them just because I wanted to be able to use them more generically, so keep them for projects without really knowing what I'm going to do. These are all from Susan at LibradesignsbySusan. and these are the dyes that she uses. They're beautiful, really beautiful. Now that would bring out the colour, like in that one, but I also think that one there might bring out the colour. Don't know which one I prefer. I do like that. It's nice and bright. I think I prefer that one. And then over here, that is nice, but I think that brings more of the colour out. Yeah, I think that does bring more of the colour out. Okay, so let's pop these over here out the way for a few minutes. And I am gonna start looking at putting these together. So I'm gonna be inking. And I'm gonna use walnut stain. I know it's dark, but I'm still gonna use it. And I'm gonna not go too much to town, but I'm just gonna ink a little bit around here. Now what I am gonna do is try and keep them in place so I know what I'm doing and where things are going. I'm only gluing these down at the moment because I'm gonna then use the sewing machine to stitch them on. And that is going to go on there like that. So just going to pop that on there like that and hope that it all stays in place. Okay. So that is one. And it's not finished yet, it's just the base of it down. Okay, so then number 2, is not how to clean the desk. Number 2, so okay. I might have to go over that with something like a fabric tack afterwards, but at the moment I just want to get them placed so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just going to grab some labels. Okay, so I've put a little bit of glue on those just to try and help them stick a little bit more. And I'm going to get some snippets that I can use for them. So many of these things, it's spoiled for choice. Okay. So let's have a look at these. I think those are 2 blue. I'm not going to get away with that. I do like this one here. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on here. And that will probably go there. And then over here, Let's have a look at what we've got here. There's quite a lot of space up here, so I was thinking of putting those up there. And then I could always put another one down here like that. So that could go there. Something like that, I think, will work. Might need something else for that one as well, because it does look a little bit bare now. But again, it's okay. Oh. One glue's not coming out, the other one's pouring out. Mixed with the art glitter, it dries clear, so not too worried about smudges. And I do think I'm probably going to need just one more thing at the top here, because it now looks more plain than it should. I'm wondering whether I just put something like that up there. Don't think it needs too much. So that with a label in should do it. In theory. So that there, and then just a little label popping out of that. Oops. That. Okay, so I am going to let these dry, but just so you can have a little look, I'm going to let these dry now, and then I'm going to stitch around them. I haven't decided if I'm going to go with a darker thread or a lighter thread, but we'll see. So I will come back and show you when they are done. Okay. So I have done two, and I will show you them both now. Now they've dried and I've stitched them a little bit. So this one here, sorry, the sun is glaring through the window at the moment, so you're getting a bit of glare. But this one here, I've just stitched around the edging, and I've stitched around the edge of this as well. And then I've put a stitch down each of the stems of the flower. And I really like how that's come out. So I've also cut around the edge with some decal scissors on this one, just to see what I like it look like. But it still will fray, so I'll still get the look that I like on that one there. So that one I really like. Now this one here, I've left more grungy, so I haven't cut around the edge of this. It will fray over time. The materials are literally curling and doing all sorts, but again, I like the fact that it gives a different look. So with this one again, I stitched around the edges, and I stitched around this corner section here, and again down the stems, yeah. So yeah, I really do like how both of those came out. Now, this one here, I'll show you a journal quickly. So, say for instance, this was my journal. This would literally just be a topper on here like that. So it would be the journal topper. And it's a perfect size. I really like how that looks. So I will definitely make some more of those. I will need to probably glue a little bit of this back down, but that's how that would look as a journal topper, which is cool. Now the other one, this one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crocodile and I'm going to pierce 2 holes in here with the large end. Not too far in, but I don't want to catch the stitching either. So I'm going to try and eyeball that so it's the same. I don't know why I say that, eyeball that so it's the same, because my eyeballing is absolutely dreadful. So then I'm going to pop some eyelets in here. You can see it's not straight. Right, okay. What I'm going to do with that, I think... Oh, it's not too bad, actually. Yeah, it's not quite straight, but it's not the worst. Should have used a ruler, but hey-ho. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of my eyelets, brassy ones, and I am going to pop them in here, like this. If they'll go in, that is. So we got one there, and we've got one over here. No, they're not actually too bad. They're not as far away from each other as I thought they were. And the idea of this one is, let's just say for the sake of argument I was using the same journal. The idea of this one is that you would put that on top here, and you put your elastic around, and yet that actually becomes the closure for your journal. So you put elastic around here. I've got some here, which I can show you. I don't know how much I would need, but now I saw this idea from Gail Augustinelli, and it was a fabulous idea. I don't know where Gail got it from, but she got it from somewhere. So I absolutely loved the idea. So kind of like that, and then this would go around your journal here. It would come up through here, and I would attach that with a button or something. So that would be my closure, but it gives you loads and loads of growing room for any journal. So that is the idea with that one. So we've got a journal topper, and we've got a journal topper come closure piece. And I absolutely love that idea. Really do. So yeah, that is those 2. I'm gonna probably carry on playing because I really enjoyed making these, so I'm probably going to carry on playing. But that is those 2 there, and I hope you enjoyed it, and would love if you have a go to see your kind of take on them. That would be really, really fun. So don't forget to keep me updated if you can. I'll leave it there, and yeah, I'll say that is it for today. As always, stay safe, be well, and I will catch you in the next video. Until then, bye for now.